What's up, everybody? It's your girl Laura Pintaro here, back with all the finger guns you could possibly ask for. Welcome back to the vlog. In today's episode, I want to address what you should know about your potential photographer or videographer before booking them, from a client standpoint, of course. And I'm going to be talking about both videographers and photographers, but I'm just going to use a blanket term in this video of just photographer or photography. And just a quick side note and disclaimer, I'm not claiming to be the most perfect videographer or photographer here. I'm not even claiming to be perfect in all the points on this list that I'm about to give you. This is simply just a list that I've curated from my own experience in hiring photographers, working with videographers, that I think you need to know about this person to have a successful session with them. So, just so you know. Now, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's go. And before we get into it, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, smash that like button, ring that bell, sort your socks, don't do drugs, pet a puppy, tell someone you love them. Just do it. And without further ado, let's get into it. Things that you need to know before booking. Number 1, are they a good communicator? Is your potential photographer quick with communication? Their promptness in responding to you is a good indication of how quickly they work, how quickly their turnaround time is for editing. If not given a clear due date and clearly high expectations of them meeting that due date, some photographers will take ages to get to their photos. Ages. Make sure that they are catering to your needs, answering your emails, answering your questions, giving you a clear set of expectations for how the shoot will go and what the timeline of that shoot will look like. Hiring a photographer or a videographer is a big deal. You want to make sure that you have a good relationship with this person and that you feel like you can ask them for anything. I know that I love when my photographers overly communicate with me and how the shoot's going to go and what the end result is going to look like, because photography is pretty nerve-wracking. I mean, you want to have a good relationship with your photographer. You want to trust them. You want to almost be friends with them, in a sense. That's how you're going to get the best result possible. So if you feel like there's any communication blocks between you and your potential photographer, I would not suggest hiring them. Communication is key, right? It's the very first step in making somebody feel comfortable. So we want to make sure we're hiring photographers that make us feel comfortable and that we can easily communicate with them and ask for anything that we might need. That way we will have the most successful shoot possible. And that is a lovely transition into my next point, point number 2. Do they make you feel comfortable? Unless you're a supermodel, you probably don't love being filmed and photographed, right? It's probably not your favorite thing to do. So that's why this point is so important, that we hire people that make us feel comfortable and make us feel good about ourselves. Make us want to exude the personality that we want them to capture. If one photographer makes you feel like Elmer Fudd and one photographer makes you feel like Beyonce, go with the one that makes you feel like Beyonce. But obviously, comfortability is extremely, extremely crucial, especially to you as the client. You want to feel comfortable. You want to have a good time. You don't want to feel uneasy during the shoot while you're getting your picture taken. It's just not a good experience. So make sure you are hiring somebody that you feel comfortable with. And even if you need to, don't be afraid to tell them what to do to make you even more comfortable if there are specific things that you do and don't like that photographers do. Okay, point number 3. Do they have quality and consistency in their work? This should be the very first place you look, probably the very first thing that drew you towards them, right? Is their work, because you want to mimic their type of style in your project. But you want to make sure that they're maintaining a level of consistency throughout their whole work, including lighting, editing, colors, clarity, quality, talent. Make sure you're not just looking at their highlights or their best work. You kind of want to delve into the abyss of all of their work. And what this will tell you is it'll show you how they're progressing, how they're getting better, more talented, better with their lighting, maybe better gear. But obviously remember that most photographers progress pretty quickly, so definitely be looking at their most recent work. If you're not really sure what quality work looks like, here's just a few things to keep in mind while you're searching through their portfolio. Take a look at their edited work and look at the colors in their photos and videography. Did the colors look normal and natural, or do they kind of have a weird hue to them? Does the skin color look normal, or does it look kind of blue, green, yellow, orange? Do their images look crisp and clear and in focus, or do they look grainy? Do they look overexposed, underexposed, or just right? All of these things will tell you basically everything you need to know about the level of talent and the level of equipment that your photographer has. Okay, point number 4. Do they have clear and easy to understand pricing? You should have a clear expectation of what the correct bid is and a very, very clear expectation of what the price fluctuation could be if it's not a flat rate. You don't want any surprises here with price. Photography and videography is very expensive. That would be a very expensive surprise. I think most photographers do a pretty good job of setting very, very clear expectations for price, but I know some photographers that don't, and I think that they kind of want to see if they can like squeeze a little bit more work out of it, if they can finagle a little more money out of you. So if that matters to you, then definitely be sure to get on your photographer if they haven't made those expectations clear. They need to have a clear bid, a clear contract, paperwork, signatures, all that stuff. Okay, number 5, do they have an eye for detail? While you're looking through your potential photographer's portfolio and all other types of work, ask yourself, does this work convey emotion? Does this work exude storytelling? Is the lighting and composition spot on? Did they make that model look like she was in a rainforest, or can you easily tell it was just their backyard? Basically, ask yourself this question. Are their photos and their work bangers, or are they just barely making the cut? All right, and number 6, the very last point I want to make is, are they going to be a good director? / are they going to have good people skills for the event that you are trying to hire them for? If you're trying to hire this photographer for an event, yet on their portfolio, all they have are portraits. Oh, Niku came to say hi. Say hi. Are you a good photographer? Are you a good photographer? Say something. Okay. Kitty intermission. If you're trying to hire this photographer for a huge event with tons and tons of coverage, but on their portfolio, all they display are portraits and pictures of only one person at a time, are they really going to have the personality that you need to cover this event? Every project is different, but if you need somebody that is going to be a big personality, that's not afraid to talk over people, tell people what to do, tell huge groups of people what to do and where to be, then you need somebody that's going to fill those shoes. You can't have somebody that has only ever taken senior portraits do huge event coverage or wedding coverage. Basically, it helps to know this person a little intimately, a little personally, to know how they are and how they act in these high pressure situations. Maybe as a client, something you could do is tell your photographer exactly how you need them to behave at this particular event. If they can't fill those shoes, then you need to pick somebody else. You need to pick somebody that isn't afraid to direct, because there are people that are just way too afraid to speak up. Basically, you need somebody that is going to mesh with the energy of the event, the project, the party, whatever it is. Well, I hope you liked this video, and I hope I helped you in what you should look for in your next videographer and photographer. There's so many different personality types in videographers and photographers. They're all good for different people, but not all of them are good for everyone. And as always, please let me know what you liked and didn't like about this video in the comments down below, or you can always email me at laurapintaro@gmail.com. I answer all of my emails personally. And don't be shy, go on, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring that bell. Come on, you know you want to. I hope you all are thriving and living your best life. Please enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you next time.